Hi everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yee-haw, and Mamoswine is here a lot earlier than we thought. I think they actually released it by mistake. But let's talk about our new tanky boy. Mamoswine is the newest defender added to the game, and he's got some pretty cool abilities that I wanted to go over with you. And then I'll talk about some held item possibilities, and I'll also show you a match with Mamoswine. I'll give you my take on some of the best abilities for Mamoswine, which moveset I like most right now. Of course, this is all very new, but I do think there's some interesting stuff in here. First of all, its basic attack is pretty cool. Its boosted attack will freeze an enemy for a short time, and your attacks deal more damage to a Pokemon that was recently frozen. So that's nice. When you're able to freeze someone, you can do more damage to them. Also, its ability, its passive ability is really, really good. When you deal damage, your special defense and defense go up for a short time. It's a pretty short window, but basically when you're up in people's faces and you're fighting, you are a lot more tanky. When the Pokemon uses Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, or Ice Fang, your next attack becomes a boosted attack as well, so then you can freeze people with it. And you can also freeze goal zones when you use one of your abilities and it touches your allied goal zone. It doesn't stop people from scoring in it, but it slows it down. I cannot tell you how much it slows it down. I'm not sure, but it does slow down people scoring inside your goal. And there were moments I was playing with Mamoswine where I felt like we stopped someone from scoring because the goal was frozen. So it has a really cool passive ability. Okay. It's two ice abilities after Ice Shard, and we'll show you Ice Shard in a minute here. It's two ice abilities after Ice Shard are Icicle Crash and Ice Fang. I love the entire ice tree for Mamoswine. I think it's really great. Icicle Crash drops icicles from the ceiling, basically. It's very similar to Ice Shard. They land, a big one lands at the end and explodes. It hurts people. If you hit them with all of them, it leaves them frozen. You can also shatter the icicle with your tackle or high horsepower ability, and then the ground will be covered in ice, which increases movement speed of allies. So yeah, it's a really fun ability. It's actually pretty easy to hit as well, which makes me think that you probably wouldn't pick it over Ice Fang, except Ice Fang is so freaking cool. It's really short range. You have to really grab someone right next to you, but you grab them, you pick them up, and you can throw them behind you. Basically, you just pick opponent Pokemon off, you grab their carry, and you move it to the back line so your team can take them out. It's a really incredible move. It takes a little finesse. You have to get used to how you grab people with it, but once you start using it, oh, it's so fun. I have a hard time choosing between these two. I personally love the feel of Ice Fang, but I think there might actually be more use in Icicle Crash, especially considering it hits multiple people. It's an area effect. I don't know. They're both great. The next two abilities are High Horsepower and Earthquake. You start with Tackle, which is basically just a dash, and it pops opponents up in the air when you hit them. You have High Horsepower and Earthquake. I personally greatly prefer Earthquake at this point. High Horsepower is a long dash, and it has a move slam at the end of it where you hit people. It just feels like you're in it way too long. I wish I liked it more. I think comboing it with Ice Fang is pretty good, where you can pick an opponent up, throw them behind you, and then push them with High Horsepower. It's not bad, but I do feel like you're in the move just way too long. And I kind of feel similarly about Earthquake. Earthquake, you leap to a location, you stun people for a moment, and you suck them in towards you. I do think this is the more ideal move out of the two. So whether you're running either Icicle Crash or Ice Fang, I do like Earthquake better, even though High Horsepower does combo with Icicle Crash. Again, maybe with more play, I would not say that, but right now I feel like Earthquake is a superior move for me. Its Unite move, you jump to the target location. It's kind of a close jump. You jump to the target location, you're immune to hindrances, and you just start stomping the ground repeatedly. It decreases movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time with each stomp, and then the final stomp throws them up into the air. I actually don't love the Unite move so much. At first, I thought it was pretty powerful, and now I think it's actually not as strong as it should be. I kind of think it should be doing more damage. Let's talk about held items really quick. And again, I'm going to take you into a couple matches I had with different builds, and I can talk to you about some of the pros and cons. Held items, it's interesting. I could see someone wanting to take Buddy Barrier, just help your Pokemon become tanky, give an ally a shield, but you evolve so late. You evolve at level 10 into Mamoswine. I think you're only going to use 2, if you're really good, 3 Unite moves in a match, and it just feels like it's not that beneficial. So I would probably take Muscle and Focus Band, especially because when you're fighting and you're stacking your thick fat ability, your defense and special defense are higher. This just feels like another way for you to survive inside a battle where you are sustaining. The longer you're in battle, it feels like the more useful you are. I think Focus Band makes sense. Muscle Band, also another good call. Your basic attacks chip away at people, and it helps stack your thick fat. You also get to freeze people with your boosted basic. It feels like Muscle Band is a pretty logical choice. I would probably swap Buddy Barrier for either a Score Shield in a moment like this. I might use an attack weight. I was trying attack weight for a little bit. His abilities scale pretty well with attack, but you do have to score a lot to make that useful. Outside of that, I was also using Assault Vest for a little bit. I think Assault Vest, I wish Assault Vest was a little bit better, but I actually do kind of like it. I mean, a shield that gives you 15% of your max HP when you're outside of combat for 8 seconds, that's a lot of HP when you're talking about a Pokemon that gets almost 10,000 HP. I know it only nullifies special attack, but, you know, that's almost 1,500 HP added on to your Pokemon if you're outside combat for 8 seconds. I've seen other people want to run weakness policy on this Pokemon. I think that makes total sense. You're up in combat, you're fighting a lot, you will stack your thick fat, you will stack your weakness policy. I think all of these are strong choices for Mamoswine. I do love Score Shields though. So any of those, I'm thinking Focus, Muscle, Score Shield, or possibly Weakness, possibly Assault Vest, and possibly Attack Weight. Those are my thoughts on items for Mamoswine. Let me take you into a match here and let me show you some of the things I really like about Mamo and some of the ways you can build this Pokemon. All right, I'm gonna take you into a match live right here. And what do I wanna run? You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's run the weakness policy. Why not? I feel like I don't use that often enough. And we'll head to the top lane, it looks like, with our buddy Zeraora. Cool. So, again, with Mamoswine, I really like either Icicle Crash or Ice Fang, and then I like Earthquake, I think, quite a bit more than High Horsepower right now. So let's go ahead and see which build we want to do inside this game. I'm not sure. If I feel like there are a lot of Pokemon for me to grab and really punish, I'm not sure which I want to do here. Charizard's going to avoid my grabs. Obviously, they don't have a Blissey, and Blissey's really frustrating for Mamoswine. If you're going up against a Blissey, I would probably not use Ice Fang because its Safeguard just constantly nullifies what you're trying to do. I feel like Block is going to put me in that same position as well. I actually think for this, I'm going to use Icicle Crash inside this match. All right, heading to the top lane here. I like starting with Ice Shard. I think it's a great move. And it looks like Venusaur has... Oh, Venusaur's heading to the jungle. Of course Venusaur's heading to the jungle. Venusaur is so amazing in the jungle right now. Look at this Ice Shard. It just lands on everyone, freezes them, does tons of damage. I think this Pokemon is great at stealing and fighting over objectives early. Look at that Snorlax. That Snorlax said, no way, my friend. However, Snorlax is in trouble here. If Zeraora came and fought with me there, I think we might have got a KO of that Snorlax right there. We almost got a KO of Ninetales as well. Ooh. Starting off odd. Making some odd choices. That Snorlax is going to bully me here. There's not much I can do against him for a second. If he wants to score, he's going to be able to. And he did. Ninetales doing the same thing. Hopefully I can stop him because of the... ice that's around the goal, and it looks like that actually did help here. Frozen for a half second, which should have given me time to score, but it did not. There we go, got my score in there. And I'm just going to try to eject button out of here. It's going to be pretty hard to get away, but I got a freeze, and I was able to get away. Just kind of battling it out right away in this lane, and they're just They're being mean to us. They got their jungler here and everything. I think we really could have got some work done had we taken it to that Snorlax a little earlier, but unfortunately we did not. And we're in trouble here. Zeraora is nowhere to be found, and I am trying to defend this goal alone against some people who are tougher than me. He's a level 5 Charmeleon. He's going to burn me up. Doesn't he understand type advantages? So, Tackle... By the way, there are no type advantages. In case this is your first video, there's no type advantages inside this game. Tackle's really great for stealing Pokemon, but it is hard to deal with a Ninetales and Snorlax inside your lane. So, I like throwing out the ice shards and then following it up with a good tackle. But right now we're just kind of having to play back, play safe, because they're kind of beating us up a bit here. Let's see if we can get in and make something happen. Again, getting that quick freeze off will just let you score. Even without a score shield, you can get in there and score with under 10. It's not too difficult. It's a nice little strategy, I think. This is going to be a no. Ooh, Venusaur's here. So this is a good point for us to fight. Again, I've got weakness policy and I've got our ability Thick Fat. So this just gives us the ability to fight a little bit harder here. Again, I'm going to use this Icicle Crash, excuse me. I keep calling it Icicle Clash. I think for this fight, I'm going to need to play a little bit more at range with this Pokemon. If I had the ability to get in there and I didn't think I was going to get disrupted so much by something like Snorlax's block, I might play Ice Fang. I like Ice Fang a lot. Ooh, did I get it? Did I get it? Yeah, I stole it. All right, great. And I got my Earthquake here. I like Earthquake a lot more. I feel like it helps me set up fights. And you can still use it with Icicle Crash. I was going to call it Clash again. Ooh. Not ideal. The amount of scoring there was not ideal. That's what I was referring to. And this is a KO for us if we just... Well, we gave up on it. Okay. I was going to say, that's a KO if we just move in. We can do it again. It's not a hard KO, guys. All right, fine. We're moving on. Everyone's moving on. So, Earthquake. It sucks people in towards you. As you can see, watch. Boom, and that Corphish gets moved in. It just helps you set up moments. It helps you set up moments with Ice Fang. And it also, you can throw down your Icicles and then boom, land on them. It just creates an ability for them not to get away from you as easy. It's a very good power. Boom, getting him sucked in, and now he's fighting me. He's got all this ice around him. Obviously, I've got a couple guys right here, so I'm going to back out. He's trying to score. Ooh, he's in trouble. There we go. And right now, I've got my weakness policy on, I've got my thick fat on, and I can just move in there and start beating everybody up. Mamoswine, once it starts going, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Garchomp, where when its thick fat is on, and if you have weakness policy, when your weakness policy is active, you kind of become a bit of a tanky beast. You're doing a lot of damage, and you're tanking it up. Ooh, we got a Flaillax. Had I known it was a Flaillax, I may have gone for a different build. I should have been watching. I may have used my Ice Fang. I do like Ice Fang a lot. I gotta say, I like it more. I have more fun using Ice Fang. I don't know if it's as good, but I have a lot of fun using it. We got 2 top here. I'd rather try to help with Dreadnought than deal with that top lane, because that top lane is not as important. Oof. Well, that's not going to happen. Can't catch that Lucario, but we were able to get those 2. Oop, never mind. Lucario's back. Hey, buddy. Maybe we can fight them with this goal. Although now they can land on this goal. Under 5 minutes, I think pushing up this second goal is usually a big mistake. I'm going to call for a retreat here. I'll throw some ice to help my guys get out of here, but... Oh, they're actually doing pretty good. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I was wrong. See? Now I scored when it was wrong. Venusaur. I'm like so petty. I actually don't think Venusaur was the problem earlier. Now I'm the problem twice. I just want to take their jungle here, but I think this is going to be Lucario's. Can I get it? Nope. So Lucario is going to fight me here. I actually think with a level advantage and my thick, fat, and weakness policy, I actually think I beat Lucario in this one-on-one here. I think Lucario has to leave me alone. So we're starting off pretty well. I haven't used my Unite move yet. I could have used it a little earlier, but now I don't really want to use it because I don't want to waste it before Zap here. This is the unfortunate thing about evolving so late, is I feel like sometimes with Mamoswine, I'm using my Unite only like once a fight. I should be using it more. That's on me. But it's also just part of the design of having a Pokemon that evolves so late into the match. It'd be good for us to take this final Dreadnought down here. I'm going to let my team know I'm heading to the bottom path and see how we can make something work here. Let's see. Ooh. Kind of long cooldowns on the moves. 8 seconds, I think, on Icicle Crash. Is that what that is? That feels like a little while. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be bad for Lucario. Just pushing Lucario away there. That way I can help secure Dread. If I scare him, he has to go away. That's the rule. I don't make the rules. Although that rule, I feel like I did kind of make that rule. All right. Char. So I kind of don't mind being up in the fight after I have everything stacked up. I've got my stacks of thick fat, which again give me more defense and special defense. And then I also have my weakness policy on stacked up. So once I'm in the fight, I'm kind of ready to be in the fight. As long as I don't get completely focused down right away, I'm kind of ready to be fighting. I think it's a good time for Mamo to be fighting. I'm going to use my Unite move here. That was too little too late. I should have waited, and it looks like actually we almost got Zap stolen there. We've been crushing them pretty hard, so that Char coming through, that Char actually might have stolen that if it would have focused it down. Either way, we're going to get at least 2 scores here, right? Everyone else is KO'd, so we're going to get 2 scores. They're not going to be able to come back from this, I don't think. They'd have to break all the goals. Let's take a look. Are they all going bottom? We got 2 bottom right now. Maybe I can help out here really quick. Get that Snorlax heading top. I'm going to back out. Just be ready to pounce on whichever goal needs me. Might be bottom again, actually. We'll just have to see. Looks like we've won this. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a surrender soon. Ninetales in the center. Charizard's coming bot. Just going to head back to the launcher in case I need to go top or bottom. And, oh, and there's Ninetales. Hey, buddy. I can't believe... Oh, I got it. I was going to say, how did it get out? It didn't. It didn't get out. And that's GG. It's been GG for a little while here, but, you know, I understand people wanting to fight it out. See if they can make it happen. Just is not the case. So, there we go. There's a build here with Mamoswine. That's that Icicle Crash Earthquake build. I'd like to also have an Ice Fang Earthquake build on the channel, and I could show you some interesting plays with Ice Fang and high horsepower, but I just particularly don't care for high horsepower right now. So I hope that was interesting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Mwah.